Awesome. Hey everyone, my name is Christian Zimmerman, co-founder and CEO of Qoins. We help consumers, lenders, and their consumers automate payments and increase payment retention. So as many of you know, with COVID-19 recently happening, we're seeing a lot of chargebacks starting to increase, as well as over $650 billion worth of delinquencies for lenders and collection agencies. The reason being is there's just a lack of flexibility for customers and offerings to make payments. It's either you pay it in full, pay a monthly minimum, or you can't pay anything at all. And typically there's just no flexibility of wanting to work with the customer, which then builds a bad rapport with that lender. And then essentially that loan gets then sent off to a collection agency. So this is a huge missed opportunity for lenders to really recoup some of the lost money that they're losing from sending those accounts, to collection agencies and selling for pennies on the dollar. As you can see, there's about, with regards to delinquencies and overall debt, there's $14.3 trillion in consumer debt nationwide. When we specifically talk about delinquencies, about $5.73 billion. And we really plan on targeting, late millennials, ages 25 to 34, all the way up to the 44 years old that are having issues with paying off debt. So it's about $155 million worth of market cap. So this is where we come in. Qoins is a mobile platform as well as a white label API that works with lenders to offer flexibility, give them multiple ways to save throughout the month, increase payment retention so they can actually make payments to the lenders, and then obviously lower the cost, so not selling to collection agencies at pennies on the dollar and actually recouping those payments throughout the month. So building a better brand awareness for the customer and then building a better relationship with the customer as a whole. So how it would work is there's 3 steps to working with the lender. We start off with a simple just brand integration. So we'll link the lender's account as a preferred lender within the app. The customer would then choose a financial goal. They would choose who they want to make a payment towards. All that would typically be automated. And then from there, the customer can select how they want to save throughout the month. And then essentially at the end of the month, we were facilitating payments back to the lender that we're working with. With regards to the API flow, it's similar in the fact that everything that's working on the front end for the consumer could also be integrated into a dashboard or a platform that the lender is already offering to the customer. So if you have a login portal, we could actually just plug into like a dashboard as well for that. So the team behind Qoins is myself and my co-founder, Nate Washington. Both of us went and studied business management at Georgia State University. We're actually currently in the Google for Startups program, have also been through the Village Capital program, which I know where I'm from. Nate's actually a 3-time founder, has started companies in his past, is also known as a state chess champion here in Georgia. So very methodical about how he thinks. He's also a CTO. And then with regards to compliance, we really want to make sure that we're obviously managing customer relationships as well as lender information very tight. So we work with Joyce Mullen, who's our chief compliance officer, managing those relationships as well as regulation. To date, we've paid off over $12 million nationwide for our customers and the lenders that we work with. We currently have 2 partnerships that are live and running, and on average, right now we have 12,000 customers that are making payments, which on average save between $55 every single month. Any given month, we're pushing $660,000 worth of transaction volume through our product. So we launched in January of 2017. Our first year we did 80,000. Last year, second year 200,000. Last year we did 320,000. Obviously with COVID, we managed to change up some of our projections as well as our milestones of what we're going to focus on. So we do still plan on hitting at least $500,000 for this year, and then over 1 million into 2021. So how do we make money? So with the lenders that we work with, we actually just charge a monthly customer fee. So depending on how many customers that we want to work with, we charge a $2 per customer fee. And then from there on the back end, we actually charge a transactional payment fee for the payments that we're facilitating as well. That can range anywhere between 5 and 50%, depending on the volume that we're sending out, as well as creating a monthly minimum that we work with the customer on an annual or 6-month contract. With regards to competitors, our model started out very similar to that of like Acorn's Capital Digit, which are really primarily around asset-based savings. We then kind of pivoted and focused around not just debt reduction, but then working with lenders and agencies themselves to help their customers pay off debts faster, and that's kind of where we come into play now. So some new competitors would be like a TrueAccord that works solely on collection agencies, where we kind of tie in the technology as well as working with lenders. We're currently looking to raise we're currently looking to raise $2.1 million, and we plan on using that money to grow our team. Right now, our team's very lean. There's just 4 of us total. We want to hire a couple more developers as well as BDR to really increase our pipeline for partnerships. And with that being said, I will open up the floor. I think I had about 20 seconds. I know I talk fast, so.
Great job.
No, I love it. The time is fair. Okay, so we'll open it up now for questions.
Thanks, Christian. Maybe you could talk a little bit about the uplift in collections you see for lenders using Qoins versus maybe just kind of traditional methods. Like, what's the ROI for them?
Yeah, so traditional lenders, so we have one pilot we have 50,000 customers that we're working with, and it's went live 3 weeks ago. With that specific lender, they were having about a 1% conversion rate on collections for specific payments that they were trying to collect on. We're already seeing a 2 to 3% right off the bat in uptakes from the payments that we're making for them. And the reason being is a lot of the methods that they were using prior, which are primarily agent calls, emails, and or mailers. Mailers is a very popular way and form of trying to collect. They have long URLs. We're coming in with simple technology, but that also works on the back end so that information doesn't need to be input for the customer themselves. And we're doing QR codes, text to downloads, and then obviously the input that they add in is already input from our end for the lender because the information is already shared.
Hey, Christian. Quick question on the restructuring / underwriting portion of this. What kind of goes into that to determine whether a customer can really afford the newly structured payment plan? And then what role does the lender have in that process in terms of whether they're willing to take that on or not?
So typical customers that we're going to be working with are those that are in delinquencies or at risk to falling collection agencies. We work with both ends. So if they're already been in collections, it's in the collection's interest to try to get it all up front. Because it doesn't typically work for the customer, one of the things that we are able to add value is actually analyze the customer's account. So when they link an account with Qoins, we can actually view the transactions deposits. From there, we're able to make a better decision as to how much, or better recommendation as to how much they should be putting aside. So we're actually making that recommendation. The lender is not making that recommendation at all. I will say one other thing though around that, as you remembered, was typically with regards to at-risk customers, they do want to recoup as much as possible, and so typical recuperation timelines is 7 to 12 months. We typically extend that because the payments are a little bit lower per month, but the value prop that we're showing is that by extending it longer, they are more willing to pay it back.